Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Let us know what you're planning to be for Halloween, or let us know what you think we'd look good as. I don't know.
Sexy nurse. If you have any tips or tricks, group costume ideas or duo costume ideas, just in case if Steve's is like a oneer type of thing.
You should be Growlithe, and then he could be.
I got where you were.
My Ash Ketchum to my Snorlax.
And a Richard Croy little shorts.
Oh my goodness.
Misty.
Richard as Misty Star you.
He already has the hair. They try to kill my president again. Let's get
Christ.
Bro, they want it to happen at this point.
At first they said firecrackers. And then it was just like rifles lined up against the fence. I was like, oh, damn.
How does a man stay in a spot for 12 hours and nobody finds him after there was an attempt on this fat fuck's life prior? Like, bro,
crazy.
Any place I go from this day forward,
maximum security,
swept like it's a goddamn minefield. There's some person with some aggressive ass ADHD on their computer at work playing Minesweeper themselves. That shit will be swept from top to bottom. And if anything happens, the entire staff is being fired and they're getting swapped out for somebody else. I swear to God, there's no shot that this, I don't even know what the fuck, the weird ass, twink ass Republican was able to sit there for 12 hours and have a shot lined up and then like miss or not do it at all or something. I don't know.
He didn't get the chance to do it.
12 hours?
He's waiting for that perfect shot, bro.
My dad and I are sitting there.
That's a setup.
It's my dad and I and Mikey. We're just sitting there in the living room and I'm just like this. I'm just leaning back in the chair and my dad's leaning back in the couch on the other side and we're just like, what the fuck?
I was watching the game and it was like an alert. I was like, move. I don't care. Like, I don't care. I don't care if he's safe, bro.
So just so you guys know, nobody's safe in this household. We're sitting there and then that happens. And then Biden comes on and he says, we will not public. I'm like, oh my God, Biden, stop talking. Oh my God. He can't say shit. He can't talk to save his life. This is embarrassing. Oh my God. This is, go sleep.
Not in my US of A.
I'm saying that and he stumbles on his words and I'm just like, oh my God. And my dad's like, Lee, stop. He's tired. Stop.
Your frustration shows racism.
And I'm just like, it's just, it's so embarrassing. And my dad says, I don't
support hate.
Lee, stop. It's like, yeah.
Isn't it crazy that people get upset at like Biden being like that?
Just embarrassing, dude.
Like there's really people out there and be like, oh, you're hating on him too? Oh, so you support Trump. It's like, what? No, bro.
People like
Joe just needs to sleep.
People like
Bro's late for bingo.
That bring power. I don't know. I can be a Democrat and still talk shit about my Democratic
can't
like party or whatever.
Not allowed to.
Freedom of speech, motherfuckers.
Fuck you.
Yeah, but that's only the government. We can still talk shit about you.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why
you gotta stay loyal to your corner. Can't talk shit about him like that, dude.
Nope. I have a brain and I know how to use it.
Yeah, clap your cheeks.
I hate
one, two, three.
Oh shit.
Fucking time, bro. Keep doing that shit, bro. I'll make you edit the next episode.
Who are you talking to?
Both of you.
What are you talking about? What are you complaining about? You complain that I don't bring energy, and then you complain that we bring too much energy. Make up your fucking mind.
Just fucking up the process.
The edit that you did of Steve.
That shit was hilarious.
That's Steve.
I was like, that's crazy. I was like, I'm a Discord mod.
Guys, if you only listen to audio, do yourself a favor and listen or watch the first like 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes of last week's episode. It's worth it.
And if you enjoy that, watch the rest of the episode.
Sure.
Guys, this fucking guy.
Anyway.
Attention span of a fucking squirrel. Goddamn Crayola pencil.
Crayola? We talked about like the debate and stuff. I feel like what we talked about last episode was very like in that time, like what was happening at that moment. It's not really something that you can like watch and consume without, well, not even without, but just like, I don't know, caring too hardcore. If you're not like in today's daytime and stuff like that, like if you watch it 2 months later or a couple weeks later, it's like, oh, I already know all this information or whatever, you know? So that's what I'm saying. It's not very recent. That's what I'm saying. Watch the first 15 minutes, leave a like and comment once you see it and say how funny Steve looks.
You know what is recent? Diddy's fucking lotion collection.
No, it's lube.
Lotion.
I thought it was oil. It was
baby oil.
It's all lube and baby.
It's lube, baby oil, and IVs.
That shit was funny. And then I saw fucking videos of like what it's like walking through Diddy's house, and it's just people slipping.
I saw people making like football memes, and they're like, no, they're like, I knew he was at that party. They're like, look, and like the balls are like sliding through their hands because they're missing the catch. And I was like, they're like, someone went through Diddy's cabinets. I was like,
no.
By the way, that shit's crazy.
Fuck that guy.
No, honestly, yeah.
Been known.
But here's the crazy part. That obviously the biggest charges right now are like he's facing life because of the racketeer charges. Okay. Obviously, you know, they're gonna squeeze him for like information, right? So Hollywood itself is like scared because people are gonna start talking.
I was like, what are you doing?
Bro's gonna
turn into a crab.
No, bro's gonna fucking he's gonna squeal as much information as he can to.
Oh yeah.
Crabs don't make that sound.
Have you seen that? The whole thing is like everything leads to crabs. Crabs are like the ultimate evolution. Some stupid ass fucking internet meme.
I don't want to fucking know that. That sounds dumb as shit. That sounds dumb as fuck.
Vaporeon is the closest thing to real.
No.
Nah, people want to do some weird shit. There's people in the world who sexualize those Pokemon, dude.
Did you see the video I sent you of
I'm not the creator of the memes. I'm just consuming them. That's it.
The video that I sent you guys of the people cutting up Pokemon, like if it was actual like animal food.
Dungeon meshy.
That's dungeon meshy.
Yeah. You know what's weird? I do like those videos. Just they're weirdly satisfying or kind of like interesting or kind of cool. I don't know.
Aren't those videos old?
They are
like old YouTube videos, right?
Yeah. Yeah. They're just funny. Every time I see them, I'm just like, it's just so weird. Like it makes sense, but it's just so weird.
Yeah. The lores behind the Pokemon.
Yeah.
Terrible.
They're all fucking horrible things, dude.
Terrible.
Not our stuff. That's from Japan. They're fucked up.
You're right.
I don't know.
Nuke them again.
Oh my god.
I'm kidding.
That's why their age of consent is 16, dude. They just never recovered.
You're right. Nuke them again.
I say that because I'm watching this. I'm watching an anime
video over there,
and there's this whole thing in Japan that is called lolicon or lolicon. Basically, it's just the like infatuation of young looking girls, women, or whatever.
Oh, weird.
It's very, very strange. It's very, very strange.
Yeah, that sounds weird already.
I think the characters look cute, of course, but then there's the whole aspect of them being like,
that's an anime?
They look like they're 12 or 13, and then but the reasoning for them being like naked or in a suggestive position is that's actually like a 300-year-old vampire. pushes glasses up. It's just so gross. It's like an excuse to just
I know what it's
sexualize minors. Basically. That's just what it is at the core of it.
The fucking main thing is the attraction of prepubescent girls, particularly in anime and manga.
Yeah.
Well, right, yeah. It's just like they saying, it's a whole fucking excuse to just draw underage girls.
Yeah.
And then be give the excuse that they're old as shit.
Sexual,
But also,
suggestive or erotic manner.
Japan used to have an age of consent of like 13, 12, something like that.
13.
It's fucking gross, but
yeah. And then they bumped it up to 16. And
Yeah,
it's been there
right,
for
that's too young.
a minute. It's been there for a minute. Yeah, I just think it's weird. So that with that in mind, because before I was just under the impression that it was 18, so I was just like, this Japan's just really okay with younger looking women being like,
I mean, that's why most animes are like young boys and girls.
Well, that's why, that's what I was gonna say, is that with that in mind, I'm like, oh, no wonder, because
No wonder all the characters in My Hero have six packs.
Could look like how this character looks like, so that kind of makes sense. I don't like it, but I guess that's like the closest thing to a reason, quote unquote.
It's like no wonder that girl from My Hero has big boobs.
Right.
So
I'm watching an anime, and it's basically like whole classroom goes to another world. It's like a thing in anime where somebody's transported to another world and they have like crazy powers or whatever. But one of the like romantic interest of the main character is the 300 or some 100-year-old vampire, and she never aged beyond the appearance of a 13-year-old. And I'm like, okay. And her and the main character end up hooking up, and it's just kind of gross. And I think the only reason why I'm holding on to is because
it's 16 forever, bro.
Basically. But that's the thing. So it's not bad. It's kind of weird. It has like this, but besides that like big factor of like ew, everything else is kind of okay. The animation isn't the greatest, but it has like a couple seasons and then a third one coming out. But I looked at the description of the character because some of the dialogue in the anime kind of tripped me out, so I had to Google. Apparently she can just transform her body to like some like voluptuous looking 20-year-old or something like that. And I was like, okay, all right, I guess that doesn't make it okay, but I can.
That's just baiting.
That's where I'm at now, because prior to that knowledge, I got to episode 3 and then the scene happened. I was just like, all right, hold up, let me Google. I gotta Google, because at that point it's like I'll get spoiled. If I don't mind it. I don't mind the show and like the premise and what this character's doing up until that point, and that character's introduced around the same time. I think it's just one episode more. So I was like, okay, let me spoil myself and see, I don't know, does the appearance change? Do we update it? Yeah, she's like can just do it on
she
command.
Does sexy jutsu,
as far as I know, I think. But
no,
that's
it's
what I'm like weird, but
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. So I stuck with it. Nothing else has happened beyond that.
It's like
So
a
I'm
younger
like,
version
okay.
of Tsunade. You know how she technically looks like she's like 30 or
yeah.
whatever it is,
yeah,
but she's really a 60-year-old granny.
Yes.
Yeah, or older. I don't know.
older, I think. Yeah.
What's it called? You know, it reminds me of more in the Western culture, Twilight, where like it's still kind of weird too, because
Yeah.
Bella
She's
is
like 16.
Bella is 15, 16 or whatever, and Edward is technically like 300 or something like that. And it's like, is it? I mean, yeah, technically he's 17 or whatever the fuck forever, but he's still technically old as shit. But
I think it passes a little different because in our world that's fantasy, but then you look at like Japan's culture, that's the norm.
To cover Twilight, just to say, they at some point before they have sex, she does become 18. So because
that is true.
At the point in the movie, she makes a joke about that. She's like, "Oh my god, I'm older than you technically," and I think she says something like, "Are you into older women?" I think that line is mentioned.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's still weird. I'm not
weird.
saying like, I'm not saying that older men should
smash her
date.
because she'll break.
Yeah, I'm not saying that older men should date minors and
Bro said,
like
"I got
while they're
that
17,
thrust."
and then when they turn 18, smash. That's fucking weird. I'm just saying for the sake of Twilight, because that movie is kind of, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of a good time. It's total like mind-numbing watch.
You enjoyed it.
it's
You
no,
enjoyed
that's
it.
why I'm saying like it's garbage, but it's like the good kind of like garbage. It's like a car crash.
It's cool.
You can't help but watch.
It's like trash
for
TV.
me,
Yeah.
it's cohesive, like kind of nonsense. Like there is a story, and I could just watch it or I could just have it in the background if I really want to, or if like one of my favorite reaction channels are doing like a Twilight first watch, like I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, streak
reaction.
Yeah, well, because they do the whole like all the movies
montage.
Yeah, if there's something like that, then I'm like, okay, cool. I can just have this up on the second monitor and play my game, and then basically like watch the movie with people or whatever. It's cool. I don't mind it. But to add on more into the aspect of that's creepy and that's gross, Jacob does imprint on the daughter, so that was fucking bizarre.
Yeah.
But they also explain that imprint doesn't mean like they explain that imprinting is just kind of like what's it called?
Life partnering, basically, but like actually,
I mean that's what it is. But imprint, it's like he basically becomes like her guardian type of thing. They explain some weird shit. I forgot.
Don't they end up getting married or some shit? Yeah. But imprinting is just like, it's not that he's like sexually infatuated by her. It's just like he has that tendency of like wanting to like take care of her. That's basically what they mean by that. But yeah, obviously we saw it like that. So it is creepy.
I love your daughter.
Yeah, he's also not a
born.
Well, hey, you fucking asked them at the hola chica. Where
that's
you been,
true.
Bella?
Yeah, why the fuck?
Like that. Whatever the fuck happened there.
Where you been, loca?
Yeah, the man's supposed to be fucking native or something like that. I don't know. Native vato, apparently. I don't know what the fuck that was. Bro.
That's crazy. Man's just from the rancho, that's it, bro.
Apparently. The werewolf one. Oh, whoa.
Cool. Isn't he supposed to be like a bajillion years after that, technically? Like he's supposed to like, they don't age, right? Oh no, they do age.
No,
sorry, they die.
They're
normal.
They die.
Yeah,
they're normal lifespan.
They're normal.
They die.
Yeah, Nessie, or the whole like concept that she like lives longer than a normal human, but still like
she ages.
She will die. Yeah, no, she will die, but she lives longer than a normal human. She doesn't live like up to like, I don't know, double digit number here. She lives a couple hundred, I think 100 something or a couple hundred of years. So yep.
Dumbass movie, dumbass logic, but still a good watch.
Hey, man, you can't argue
that's
logic
part of the
with,
butterfly
with
effect, bro.
That's literally, that involves crystal vampires and psychic werewolves. You just, there's no logic there. It's just for the experience. That's it.
Psychic werewolves?
Yeah, they talk to each other in their heads.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
They talk
that's
telepathically.
right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
When imprinting can be a two-way thing. If they're both werewolves, they can hear each other's thoughts. So the whole thing was, this guy has her, like, another werewolf girl imprint on him, and he just doesn't give a shit about her because he never actually does it, because he falls in love with someone else who happens to kind of like show up around the same time. So she can hear his thoughts constantly about how he wants to fuck her, basically, the other chick.
He wants to fuck Bella.
No, not Bella. It was like just some other. This is like a side story. This was like,
I think I remember
the leader of the group or something. Yeah. So
you're talking about the guy who's their pack leader or whatever at the time.
So the girl that imprints on him can just, and you can't unimprint on someone. You're stuck like that.
So she's stuck listening to his thoughts.
She's constantly just stuck listening to him thirsting for
up, bro.
His actual love interest.
Imagine,
that's her fault, bro.
I'd have to kill somebody, I think. I don't know. That's crazy.
There's only one person you can kill.
That's why I wouldn't want to hear it for the rest of my life. I'd have to kill him.
But you can't, because you're imprinted.
No, I don't know if that. I don't know the rules of imprinting. So yeah, Richard might be right. I'm not even gonna say no, because I have no idea.
It's so crazy. Did you guys ever? Speaking of weird shit, did you guys ever?
Who would you imprint on? I'm sorry.
No, ew.
See the new what?
The new Alien movie by chance?
No.
No. Okay, so there's. Are you guys planning to see it? I know Rich.
Not anytime soon. No.
Yeah.
I'll probably watch it if it comes out on Netflix or something. But
yeah, maybe when like it comes out on like a streaming service or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's basically like a conversation going around It's funny that I caught it. Obviously, a couple people caught it. It's been
Spoiler
confirmed
alert for anyone that hasn't seen it, just in case. I don't know.
It's been confirmed already by the director, but at first like nothing was said and everybody was kind of like, wait, this seems a little weird. So one of the characters, so it's the main character, Rain, and then her companions, which are like apparently they have history because she dated one of them, which is and she's really close to the ex-boyfriend's sister, the younger sister. She ends up like they're talking or whatever. She's like sick, so Rain in a scene, Rain goes up to her and is like, "Hey, what's up?" And she puts her hand on her stomach, implementing, "Oh, I'm pregnant." Keep in mind they in the movie when the little bit that you see they're from a very overpopulated planet of coal, like basically they're like coal miners. But the age community basically is within them, so like they're young adults. And they all know, everybody knows each other basically. If you're a coal miner, you guys know because you're all from the same little area, right? So she asks her like, oh, like who's the dad? She kind of brushes it off and she's like, oh, just some asshole from like the colony. During the scene when they first show the alien appear, right before that happens and like all the chaos starts erupting, like basically the climb out to the movie of like when it really starts when the alien appears. She's the only one left on the ship because she's sick, so she's like not feeling well. She stays on it. She gets out. She's the first one who sees like basically the alien stuff happen, and then notices no one's on the ship, so she gets out like any other fucking horror movie, right? And starts exploring, and then kind of sees the egg, the giant like sack, as like it's like the xenomorph is coming at him. But in that scene, they have a cousin part of the group. That in that group, it's a cousin. There's just a bunch of characters to talk about, right? Point is, there's a scene where like he puts his hand on her shoulder, and like she's already like scared, turns around, and they look at each other. And it's like a very close, intimate scene, like very, very weird. She grabs him, he like covers her mouth, but they're like this close. And then it's like, ew, bro, that's your cousin. Like you're weird. Like, so I myself and a bunch of other people caught on where it's like, wait, this character plays an asshole in the entire film, and he's kind of just like a dickbag. And people started asking like, wait, is he the dad? Is he the dad? One of the people in their crew is also like the girlfriend. So whatever, it's like they kind of leave that scene, and then something else happens, and blah blah blah. Later on, people start asking the director like, hey, like, is this what you meant to make it look like, or are we just tripping out and have fucked up minds? And he was like, no, this was on purpose. Like he's fucking his cousin, and she's pregnant, and he's well aware of it. And everyone's like, ew, like, bro, that's weird. Like, why? They ask him, obviously, and he's just like, it's just to add more lore to the stories of each character. I'm like, fair. Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah, but it's fair. I mean, it's gross, but shit happens. That's all I'm saying. That's real life. Well, there's cousin fuckers out there.
It just feels unnecessary. I don't know.
It really was, but it was just funny.
Like, I mean, sure, if you're gonna put it, okay, whatever, but why even do it in the first place? That's what I'm like.
That's what people were like. That's so weird for you to like.
Just been like.
It really could have just kept it at some asshole that like whatever
one night dude. I think it would be weird for them to. Well, no, is she visibly pregnant?
She's like she's already throwing up, so she's like a couple weeks in. Like she knows she's pregnant.
Okay, but she's not like stomach showing belly out. Oh, then I don't know. You didn't. I don't even think you really needed that. That just sounds like could have done different writing for her in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you mention the pregnancy at some point, I feel like if you mention it in the first place, it has to come back. There has to play some signifier or something. Like if that character dies, and it adds more to the weight. Or
she's one of the few characters that make it to the end. Up close to the end, because then they introduce other shit, and her being pregnant basically is like how like Prometheus existed and stuff like that.
I think that's my thing. Then my reasoning for being bothered by why I even mention a pregnant character, because I expect and I prefer them to live to the end. I think it's weird for there to be like real life violence and death happens to anybody, and especially I guess in an alien predator world or whatever the fuck universe they have in that show or in that cinema.
It's just Alien. Predator doesn't exist.
I think they're in the same it's like canon that they're in the same universe. I don't know if it is for this new like way that Ripley Scott's going with it, but as far as I know, they're in the same universe. They're like canon intermingle or whatever.
Yeah, funny enough, they said that was never supposed to be a thing, but it ended up being a thing.
Yeah, because fans wanted it. I remember that.
It was very fan-fed.
Damn.
It just feels weird because I don't think that even if that's the case, I don't really want to see violent acts being happening to pregnant women. I think it's weird. I think it's in weird taste. I don't like it. I just don't like it.
I mean, she's a big build. She's a big build to the ending.
Cool.
Especially when that happens, it's like
I don't mind
if it's
it.
In the beginning,
I think it's funny.
And if it's in the beginning and it's just like she's just a bystander, no real story, but you can tell that she's pregnant, and then something happens where like a bunch of people are dead, or like you see a bunch of, because I've seen a horror movie where it's like these people run into the hospital, and then this hospital gets locked down by cult members, and then like some weird like eldritch horror like intergalactic shit starts happening where their bodies are changing for some reason, and they have a maternity ward, and there's a bunch of women. You see them in one scene, then the whole movie starts happening, weird shit starts happening. You go back to the maternity ward, and all these women are just turned into some weird like biological and like mechanical like just baby breeding stations or something like that. It looks fucking weird.
What movie is that?
I don't see. That's the thing. I can't remember. I have to look it up. It's funny enough. It's also one of the movies that I genuinely like because it's almost all that shit.
It's like it sounds familiar.
It's almost practical. I think almost everything in that movie is practical. So when you see like tentacles sprouting out of somebody's fucking stomach because they're like being operated on and all this crazy shit, it's like it almost feels like an homage to The Thing, 1980 something or whatever when the first one came out. So it's really cool. I like that kind of stuff. I like Lovecraftian space horrors type of shit, but practical
space
effects,
horror stuff are cool.
Practical effects are where I think that good shit is at.
I mean, this movie
like art, so it's cool.
Like if you are a big fan for like Alien, this was definitely like very fed to that for sure. Like it was a very well written. Like there's just that random part where it's like it really had no reason to exist, but it existed.
Yeah, that's
and
weird.
it like it adds on to it because she's part of like the ending. That shit is like when you really put two and two and be like, wait, inbred child plus this, I was like, no wonder this is all completely fucked up.
Oh,
but
well then.
Yeah, that's just,
you know what you reminded me of? Because Lee brought up the violence against pregnant women, and I was like, where have I even seen anything like that? And the only thing that I could think of in my head was Last of Us 2.
Huge spoilers for Last of Us Part 2/Season 2. Skip to 3601 for safety. You've been warned.
Never played it.
Yeah, you never played it. Yeah. You probably never will.
I don't think so.
Spoiler alerts. There is a character that's introduced. She's pregnant, like noticeably pregnant, like big ass belly.
Oh, she's huge.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the whole thing is that she's part of the group that killed Joel.
That kills Joel.
Sorry, spoiler.
Joel's dead.
First 30 minutes of the game, basically.
I'm
all
putting
this information is given.
I'm also just make sure I'm putting a big spoiler warning at the top of it because of the show. I completely forgot that the show's going to be a thing.
Dead.
I forgot about that.
So
I forgot about that.
Big spoiler warnings. I'm sorry.
We'll do this part. We'll do this one first. You got to cut it. You got to put this
I will.
first and then share the information.
Right.
Wait, hold up. Questions.
Come
so he doesn't die of anything natural. He gets murdered.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, like on a mission.
No. Yeah.
Damn, you gotta see
I
it.
won't spoil more of it. All you have to know is that he
you
died.
gotta experience
Which, I
that,
mean,
dude. I was
big
screaming
talk.
when that happened. Oh my god, it was so fucking. She was
Yeah.
visceral. I was like,
they show him getting killed?
Dude, the worst part is somebody
Oh.
rated me when it was happening, and I'm just like, I had to pause in the middle. I'm like, y'all gotta. I appreciate the raid, but some of y'all gotta look away. Like, I guarantee half of
Damn,
you
now I gotta watch
this.
someone play this game.
You guys have got
I'll
to
play
not
it
be
for you.
here for this. I swear. It's so.
I'd watch it. I want to watch
so
it. I haven't
good.
seen a single playthrough of
That
it.
being said, it's not my favorite. Well, it's good. It's not that great.
I
Like
thought
the
it-
second half of it, I got so annoyed of it.
I don't know. I don't get it. I liked it. I liked the whole ride.
I
thought
heard that
when that
being a thing
happened,
too.
I was like, damn, they really did that shit. Fuck. I cried, I think. And then when the second half happens, I'm like, oh, it's a weird change of pace. I don't really dig it, but it's not bad.
Right.
It's just, I mean,
because then it becomes her own story, right? After
Well,
that?
no. It's a lot into it. Basically, all I'm saying is like,
it's so long when that happens.
it's a
to
long ass
characters.
fucking story. But anyway,
Yeah.
at some point, you're introduced to this pregnant character, and she gets killed. And
Somehow.
we'll say she gets killed, and you just see like the character's reaction to finding out that she was pregnant, because she did at the time the character was wearing a big ass coat or something because they were about to go out on a mission or some shit, and or they were just leaving the base, and you couldn't see the belly, but like once the death happens they fall on the ground, you can clearly see that her stomach's poking out, and they just throw up because they're like, oh fuck, I killed a mother, like
Listen,
an
hot
expected
take.
mother.
Fuck that dumb bitch. I'm gonna be so honest. Should not have been doing that. Should have stayed the fuck home. Don't know what the fuck you thought was gonna happen, bitch. But damn, I bet you didn't think that was gonna happen. I
But-
swear to God, when that happened, I was like, no. You fucked around and you for sure found out. That's crazy. Oh my God.
Yeah. I don't know.
Man,
I
that
just
whole-
feel like as
That ride
fucked
is
up
crazy.
as fucked up as it is, for that to happen to pregnant people in general, because it does happen in the real world, it is a good like way of showing, like, at least in that storyline, it's like, hey, like, sometimes violence can cause a reaction to, or like can affect other lives that have no part in this. So for example, in that part, it's just the fetus that wasn't even born yet. So yeah.
Well, whenever you get a chance to stream it, I'm down to watch a walkthrough. I'll play
I will
through
play
it.
I will play it. Like
It's
I
a
said,
fun
I don't like the second half, but I'll play it just for you.
Dude, I think my issue with, like I said, with the second half, it's just that you're just so far along in the first half. It's just such a ride,
Mhm.
and then the second half happens, and then it's like it's the same length as the first part. So I'm like, this bitch is long,
You know how-
dude. Holy shit!
Some people
I'm
were
a
saying
pirate,
like,
and
you
I
know
did,
what?
but
You know what a
fuck.
double record is?
Yeah.
You
Isn't
basically
it
like
just a full album on the other side or something like
basically,
that.
it's basically like just if two albums
Just
were
a
put into
deluxe.
one. It's just like 18 songs, if not more. It basically, people were like, yeah, this is basically Naughty Dog's double album. It's just
Listen,
mhm.
don't
for the
blame
amount of
them
time that
for it being a second album, but like it's just, I don't know, there's just so much happening that it's so heavy, and then the second part happens and I'm just like what do you mean? What do you mean there's more? And then after that, there's more.
Yeah, it's a lot,
Bro,
dude.
That ride doesn't end when you think it ends, and then when it ends, you're like, that's when it ends. Woo! God, that's such a fun. That game is so fun. God.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it on the show though, like in real life, because I'm like,
man.
I want to know how they pace it, and also if they
How they
cut it in
pace it,
half, because I
what
feel
they
like that would be the
show,
smart
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a lot of moments in that game that are done really, really well. Like the writing on that game is phenomenal. I think the way that, even if with me saying it's long, the way that they do storyboard it, or the way that the story does like pan out, like once you accept like, okay, this is a long ride, beyond that, the actual like pacing of each one, like if you're just playing each part, like where they're at, it's a good ride. It's like whatever, you know, that they're good games. They're good games. It literally could have been like part 2 and then so and so's side of the story or something. If people really wanted to experience that, I think if you gave people an option, I think the reception would have been a bit better. Not gonna lie, but it's still a fun ride.
I thought about it, Steve.
Good gaming.
I'm gonna let you borrow my PS4 instead. You play it. Okay. I feel like it'll just be better.
Doesn't it have a PS4? Oh no, right.
No, it blew up. Remember?
About that.
My PS4 blew up.
Dude, that would be such good content. Oh my god, you experiencing Last of Us Part 2 for the first time?
I mean, we already spoiled one thing, but listen, everybody expected it.
Happen.
Yeah, everybody expected it.
At this point, everybody knows. People that don't know are like, I think my cousins, like my older cousins, the ones that have like kids and have like real fucking jobs at corporate offices and stuff like that. Like those ones, I don't think know what the fuck is what they're in for. But like I was saying, with that being said, I'm like you and what you said earlier, I'm just curious what they cut out, because there's a lot of moments in that game where it's really good gaming, but gaming. So it makes me wonder, like, how
I'm sure.
I wonder how they're gonna do it, because a lot of those moments where I'm like, fuck, this is a good game, but I don't know if it could be translated into video. Maybe.
Yeah, I get you.
I have no idea. So
there's a few things I want in for sure in there. I'm just like, if they fuck this up, I hate you. But,
dude,
I mean, that's what people said about the first one, and it ended up being great.
No, it ended up being great because they get to it. So
it's just that the second one is just so controversial that the key moments that are good are like perceived as like good by a lot of people, and
I think that's what's gonna probably be kept
bad is a mixture of people. Like, this is fucking job. This is fucking
bad because it's like it's just like
people.
What?
No, that's what I was saying. Was that this is fucking bad. This is fucking gross. Is seen by some people, but seen good as by others. That's what I was saying.
I mean, if those are the hooks, though, I'm sure they're gonna keep that.
We'll see.
They have to.
But that's what makes me wonder. Like, I know there's a certain aspect of it.
Because there's shit in the first one we didn't think they were gonna keep, and they kept, and they fucking prolonged it.
Yeah, but the first one is also like,
but the first one's like
only like 20 hours, basically.
Maybe.
And but I mean, I'm talking about like it being coming from a game that has like a bunch of controversy, where it's like you're seeing the humanity disappear from people and do heinous shit. Like that was portrayed very well in the show.
Yeah,
like that's why they gave you what's his name, Bill and
I know who you're talking about. I just don't remember his
like
partner's name.
That's why they gave us these characters, because it's like it pulls you back into like humanity, and then it just rips it right out of you.
They also changed them a lot for the show, though.
Yeah,
I think if they kept them the same, then I think I would feel more what you're saying. I think what you're saying is in the show, but I don't think it's as hardcore. I feel like the game is a little bit more hardcore in showing that aspect, because the show has a little bit more heart to it. But I think that it needs that because it's
theatrics. It's
video, you know.
It's theatrics, and it's being broadcasted to everybody. Everyone, like not everybody's a gamer, but everybody watches TV.
Yeah. I was thinking about that. I remember at the time I was saying like, oh, I like what they did. Obviously, the episode was great. But and then I was like, damn, you miss out on the whole school scene and stuff like that in the original game and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But now I'm thinking about it, and it's like Lee said, that makes for good gaming.
Yeah, that's gameplay.
Not so much storytelling. And I was like, yeah, dude, like this one, it just paints a whole different light of like, you know, how people would probably react in that or be in that world. And it was a good fucking story. Holy shit.
Bill and Frank,
I had to Google it. It was bothering me. I was like, give me the name. I gotta remember the name. That was a great episode. Tears. I cried like a baby. It was so good. So good. So with the second one, I think that's what I'm saying though, is that the first one I think is universally loved. I don't know a lot of people that hate it. The second one though, I feel like that's more of a gamble when it comes to the second one. You don't get a lot of people saying that they really like it. And even people that like it, like me, you do get the whole like, I understand where people are coming from,
They
but
kind of rip it
like
apart.
70%, you know, like I felt like certain things weren't needed, but it's still fun. It is still like the game is still Last of Us at the core of it all. And if you love that, then you'll still have a good time.
Do you think
that's fine? But there's some social like things that are in the show that I'm wondering, like people that don't know about the game but know the show. I could just see the tweets now. Like
it could be a different take? Yeah,
this shit is woke. I'm like, oh my god, play the game. Play the fucking game.
Mm-hmm.
I always like think about things when things come out. Obviously, the time frame of when the first game came out to the second game coming out, it's a big gap, right? There's a big age gap at that point. Like we played it at a certain age, and now we're at this point of our lives where like obviously we view it differently.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's why a lot of things were like very well captured back then for us, because we didn't really have such big controversial opinions or like that ideology of certain things now that the world's the way it is today, compared to like obviously like for example, like the biggest example I can give, just the overall, and it's such a goofy example, but I felt the same way of what a lot of people felt, was like Kingdom Hearts. Like when the first one came out and the second one came out and the third one came out, they were only about like a year and a few months apart from each other. So they were out for a long time, but it was at a certain age where I played these games. Like everybody was within their 13 to like 16, 17 age range, right?
Right.
And then obviously not including like the mobile ones and the fucking the Game Boy ones, none of that, right? Yeah. Like it's mainly based on like the core three. And then the new one came out like a few years ago.
Right.
And obviously people like myself and like other fans, we grew up.
Right.
Like we genuinely grew up. So playing these games, we were like, yeah, this is kind of corny and this is very trashy. And like I watched someone break it down and talk about it, and they're like, it's literally the exact same formula. The only issue
it's not corny and trashy. You just got older.
It's just that they're like, the only issue is that we got older and we formed different opinions, and a lot of things became more jaded to us, or we stopped paying attention. It's because we grew up. We don't live in that world anymore. Like our world of fantasy doesn't exist with cartoons anymore. It exists in other versions. So it's like, do you think that falls into the same thing with like the game, where it's like, I mean, obviously I don't know it, right? But you guys saying like, oh, you know, some people like this, they could have left out without that. Is that mainly because we just grew up and it doesn't make sense anymore to us? Or is it just because like the game itself really just kind of spiraled through? Okay.
Yeah. No, the game, I think that's why I say the first one's universally loved, because it like truly is. Even people that are like playing it for the first time because of the show and then playing it now, it still holds up. It still holds up very, very well. I think that there are certain things that could be polished. That is for sure. That polish is shown in the second one. And I think that's why the second one is such an easy like consume. Like it's easy to just play it if you're not like some weird fucking diehard Joel fan, or I don't know. That's the thing, is that there's certain things that happen that the company chose, like their choices, the developers' choices really like rocked people. So I think that if you can get past that,
you'll enjoy it a little better.
Yeah, but I think you're still affected by those like development choices or story choices that you're like, I think if anything that gives you more weight and more like emotional investment into the story. And I think that's why when the second half happens, if you're at that point, you're just so like, huh? What the fuck? What do you mean? No, okay. Like you're just so out of it. I think when that happened, I don't even think I played like immediately after. I think I waited like a day or two, and then I was like, okay, I'm ready. Not like I needed time, but it kind of does take you out just a little bit if it does get you to that point. That's how I think it should, in my opinion. I don't think for me that the second half was such a big deal breaker, but when it comes down to like older stuff like Kingdom Hearts, I think that's just that targeted demographic. They just got older, and I think that the themes and the way that it's written and like the message, it just didn't mature with us, and we were that targeted demographic, and that's saying that doesn't mean it's a bad game. Like if you could totally just turn your brain off and just play it for nostalgia's sake and just remember I think, that ride, and I think you'll like it.
Yeah, I think the gameplay was ass, like for sure. Like the way they mechanic the game, that was dog shit, 100%, and that's like a universal thing that everybody agrees on. But people were like, "Where's that?" A lot of people were like, "Where's that feeling I had?" It's like, yeah, that shit died with the young self of you. Like you're an adult. Working corporate, like you hate your life. Back then you didn't.
You do not have the twinkle in your eye that you had when you were a teenager playing Peter Pan and fucking Toy Story or fucking Final Fantasy, like Squall and Yuffie and stuff. You weren't having those moments.
I think that part. I think those are a little.
Ain't what it used to be anymore, y'all. Wake up.
That shit wasn't fun.
Y'all are fucking about to hit 30.
Or R30.
Or R30. Yeah. So
30 and up.
I never played Kingdom Hearts.
That's so weird because you had a PlayStation.
Hey man, I don't even think, and I wouldn't even recommend it to you now because I don't think you'd enjoy it.
I've seen gameplay. I'm like,
the gameplay is fun when it gets going. In the beginning, man, when I was younger, I don't know how I did it. Now that I'm older and I try, like thinking about playing that beginning part, I'm just like, I know where the combat
the island
gets.
Or Traverse Town? Traverse Town is slower than the island.
Yeah, no, it is. That's why I'm like, dude, I can't get past, like, that's the thing with RPGs for me sometimes, that the beginning of the journey, man, are you starting at little beginnings or something like that? It's like that's like real storytelling. You go from zero to hero, from nothing to something, and you kind of feel that in like the combat and the gameplay. And I think Kingdom Hearts to me really, really hits in that middle mark when you finally start having more abilities, more new blades. The story's kind of getting that Kingdom Hearts ridiculous.
Yeah.
with its like
your shoes got bigger.
You're so and so, but you're actually so and so, but somebody's nobody, heartless. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
What in the anime Japan? This shit is weird. But you still
doesn't make sense
because you were young and you had no idea what the fuck was happening.
Yeah, because you didn't care for that.
But you got to fight lightsaber keyblades with fucking Mickey. You know,
yeah. you got to see Mickey come out of the fucking darkness looking badass.
Hot Topic. Like it was like, what the fuck is going on? Why is Mickey like this? Why is his chest puffs? Why is
and his pants were sagging?
I'm so confused.
Sick.
I think that's why the new one. Yeah, I think that's why the new one's like very catered to like the adult version of us because it's not very. It's not very.
I mean, to the nostalgia bone in us because of the choices that were made by like having certain worlds and stuff like that.
No. The new one, the new one that's coming out.
Coming out or the came out?
No, that's coming out. Did you not know they announced it? Like they announced it like 2 years ago. There's a whole new one coming out. And it's like very adult. He's in a city and he doesn't have any memory of everything. And it seems like he has amnesia and like he's kind of like figuring it out, but knows these things and like things are coming about him.
Wait, is it Kingdom Hearts 4 or 5? What are we on?
5.
That's the game.
Yeah, and then Sora's like a lot older.
Which was the one that just came out?
4.
What the fuck? Why does it say 4 then?
Well, because that's what I'm saying. Didn't that happen in 4? I thought like they go to a city at some point. I thought that was the Tetsuya Nomura has to watch Kingdom Hearts YouTube videos to keep up with the lore that he helped create. Y'all, when I tell you that the story in this fucking game
is 4
is convoluted and ridiculous as fuck, I mean it. You have to watch like hours worth of lore videos multiple times. I watched, I think, a 2-hour lore video of Kingdom Hearts twice. Mind you, they were at work and I worked at a desk job at the time when I was watching stuff, trying to get ready for the 4th one.
I guess this is 4 and then the last one was 3.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is that I don't know if they did keep it because I know what you're talking about. I've seen those clips.
Yeah, because they've only showed one clip and it's him waking up in the city and small gameplay in the city and that's it.
Well, that's why that was when the 4th one was coming out or when it was out and I was like, oh, but I don't think they kept it, or they did, and it's like I think it's super late in the game or something. I don't know. I didn't ask my brother. My brother did play it. I didn't ask for details about that. I think because I was under the impression that I was gonna play it at some point. I'm still like, I'm pretty sure I'll hop on it and see how it is. But the sale's got to be like, it's $5, and I'm like, all right, but
yeah. So it's 3 that came out. That's the last one that people played, and 4 is the new one that they trailered 2 years ago. It gives very Digimon vibes.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
Jesus. Bro, I looked it up and I was like, why are there so many fucking
there's remixes and all that shit. Yeah.
Fuck this.
A lot of them are just very story filler. They're not really like canon. I think canon is like 1, 2, 3 Chain of Memories, and then like one other one, and then obviously this last one now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, you are right. I'm looking at it. Yeah, that shit's confusing. I don't know what the fuck. Kingdom Hearts, fix it. That's the thing, is that's why those lore videos are so long, because they actually include everything from like all the games and everything like that. And it's not that you have to play everything to kind of play the newest one and kind of like consume that. It's just that they like kind of mention certain things here and there, but those things don't usually play like a big part. But you should, not that you should, but playing them does help you kind of like understand what's going on.
Yeah, because you're not going to know who Roxas is and what he exists and how he existed and how he came about.
What's her fucking name?
Aqua?
No. Yes, but no, not
Kairi.
Aqua. You can know who she is with the first one. I'm talking about the black haired bitch. It's not Shion, I think. Is it Shion?
From Final Fantasy?
No, from what's the fucking name? Oh, Shion. Organization 13. Yeah, it is Shion. I could tell you, but it's gonna sound ridiculous. She's supposed to be like Roxas is supposed to be the Heartless of Sora. So Shion is the Heartless of Kairi, if I remember right, or the Heartless of Roxas, because Roxas at some point becomes his own self. But then you ask, what about Naminé? And the Naminé is supposed to be the nobody of there's a lot of shit.
It's Roxas and Shion are the main ones.
Well, it's Roxas, Shion, and Naminé.
Rokushi as well.
What?
Rokushi's the other one too.
I don't know.
And that's supposed to be Frau.
I don't remember. That's what I was saying, is that there's just so many people that at some point in the game there's the same person, but he's like at 3 points in his life or something, and it's different individual. Like, I don't know how we consume that as kids, but confusing media is confusing media, and I'm excited to see how they're going to handle the part in The Last of Us that confused a bunch of people and translate that into video, because it'll be interesting. And plus some of the, like I said, the social commentary that's in it. I don't think, like, to circle back to what you were saying, I don't think that people are having an issue consuming social commentary. I think that you just have to have a better understanding of your audience and who's going to be watching it. Like, Square Enix thought that the Final Fantasy audience really appreciated it for, I guess, it being true to like the first or the second one, but then they didn't really realize that we've gotten older. So I think that maybe the content should have aged, but even then that doesn't really make sense with the story. So I just think they had to just finish the story. They have to at some point just kind of get it up there to where we're at in our stages of lives, because I don't think the younger audience is playing it, but I don't know. We'll see how it is with the new one. Apparently,
you know, we're not going to see the ending of Hunter
in the city. So what?
Why?
So you know what? We're not going to get to finish Hunter. Because he's probably going to die before he fucking finishes it.
Hunter.
The brother,
manga?
son. Yeah, but isn't that? I thought the author did die, but his
he's still working on it.
Oh, I thought he died and it was his brother or his like Oh, isn't that Berserk?
No.
That might be
that is
Berserk.
Berserk. Yeah.
Got it.
Hunter x Hunter is basically, he said that if he dies, he's gonna leave it to his wife to finish.
Yeah.
Because his
Right.
wife is the
She's Sailor
mangaka
Moon.
of Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And he's already said like how he wants it to finish, but
Perfect.
he just
But getting there is the
Wants her to
problem.
stop.
Thank you. You know what?
yeah.
Thank you. I'm tired of these
That's
fucking
what I'm saying.
authors that are just so like, I have to be the one that presents my vision. Like, bitch, you
Well,
like.
I mean,
if your health is at that point, share the story with someone.
the
so that
creator of
like
One Piece,
happens,
yeah,
we are complete.
he already shared the ending to whoever he's sending it, who's giving it to in case he dies.
I did hear about that. I think.
Yeah.
I think so.
But he
too.
said, but he's done. He's actually finished. He's just not obviously going to share it until it's out.
Mhm.
But he said if he dies, the ending's done. With Hunter x Hunter, it's not even done yet. But he knows how he wants it to end. The problem is, how will we get there?
a lot of
Say Mars is
anime,
going to come out at some point.
a lot of animes are coming to an end. I know one or mangas are coming to an end. So in turn, some of the animes are. I know My Hero Academia, if that fucking ending matches the manga, I will be so upset. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
That
people are upset
manga
about
ending,
that.
dude, that manga ending was ass.
Yeah.
That was
really?
it was
Yeah, it was
Oh,
dog
shit.
shit, dude. People were
I-
so fucking
Do
mad.
you want to
Damn.
know about it? I don't know if I'll like
I'm never
spoil-
gonna watch it, so you
Yeah,
can.
me
This is
neither,
spo-
so-
Spoiler warning for the
There's a whole spoiler
for the
episode.
podcast. I know.
Go ahead.
Another 5 minutes or something. I don't know. He speeds it up. I think. I don't know. I don't know how you're gonna handle it. It's a lot
I'll
of
probably do.
spoiler talk.
I don't know.
They get to some point. I don't know the official like the volume before, but at the end, the very end, Deku loses All Might's power. He loses all for one.
Officially.
Yeah. No, not even officially. He just loses it. Completely is unpowered now. So it's in the future and they're all doing hero work. Turns out nobody talks to Deku. Nobody fucks with Deku.
Oh, yeah, he's like
Nobody
a fucking
hangs
loner.
out with him. He's not that he's a loner piece of shit, like sad about it. He's just happy-go-lucky Deku, who's just like, yeah, my friends are really busy saving the world, but you know, I'm teaching to today's class A.
He's a normie.
Yeah, he's an unpowered teacher at UA,
UA.
and they have a statue for the events that happen dedicated to the guy that can copy powers on the good guy side because he helped keep the mega villain unpowered for like the first half of like the fight or whatever.
Yeah.
He gets a statue.
Deku
But-
gets nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck off.
And keep in mind, he's the main character.
Sure,
like,
you're right.
Fuck
like there's a
off.
whole edgy emo verse like season of him, and like that part was like, okay, cool, dude. He's just fucking up everybody. Like he basically becomes Batman for a small moment.
Bro,
and
it's-
like all that gets tossed to the trash in the
Well,
manga.
that's the thing is that it's not even like the fact that he has like this awesome moment. It's just the fact that like, sure, I'm pretty sure people could live with Deku not having powers. I think that's kind of fucked up because of the power universe. Keep his powers bullshit, whatever. But the fact that they have him lose his powers and then there's seemingly no recognition or change or appreciation or something, like I think it's even implied that he doesn't even end up with his love interest at the end of it either.
Oh, with what's her name?
He's just an unpowered
Bakugo.
Yeah, that's exactly
He's
who
just
it
an
is.
unpowered teacher that is, for honestly, Delulu for his entire fucking existence. Because if I think if anyone that was in that fucking situation would like depression to the 10th power, I would be
Right.
so
different
sad.
ideas.
Dude.
I mean, that could be a result of it, but yeah.
Yeah, no, straight up. So
I read that people said that they were upset about that ending, but it's basically like the way they wrote it was supposed to be. It basically reverts back to the beginning of the anime where he had nothing. He was basically just a normie trying to be somebody.
Yes.
And that it was always a borrowed power. It was never for him to like be that hero. But I'm like, dude, the entire
That's such
anime
bullshit.
is him
I hate
growing,
that.
learning.
I hate that writing choice. That's so stupid,
it's-
bro.
yeah.
Let him get his power, let him get his comeuppance, and let him just be the
Question.
Superman of his fucking world. What the fuck's the big deal?
question for you. Who the fuck is that anime guy that's even more animated? That's fucking Fairly Odd Pairing animated that looks like All Might.
Oh, Fairly Odd Parent looking like his art is that makes him look like that, and he's All Might.
Like he doesn't look like he has giant bug eyes, black eyes.
Oh, is it with the blonde like spiky hair?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lemillion. So
he looks like a Walmart version of All Might.
Yes, I know who you're talking about. I don't really know or remember what happened to him. Like, I don't remember what was said, if anything was said about him, but I don't think,
because he had his power, right?
Yeah, so that's the thing, is that people are kind of, it's like there's ways to fix this. That's why it feels like lazy writing, or not lazy, but it just feels like, bro, people didn't want that ending. It's fucking My Hero. We want a hero, like a hero at the end. Like, yes, he's a hero, but
a main
like,
protagonist.
it just doesn't hit. It's shitty. It just feels like a cop-out kind of writing choice.
It made Attack on Titan's ending look better.
He's actually everyman. Like, we don't want everyman. I want Superman.
That was basically like his spirit is what led everybody to be so like stupid. This, like, and be who they are. And
he's supposed to be a stay-at-home wife now. And he doesn't even have a husband. Really?
Yeah, he's a teacher.
Whoa, really? Okay. So, but the thing is that I think at some point, All Might goes to him like at the ending and like presents him with a suitcase, and I think the implication is that he gets a suit or some like gadgets. He basically becomes Batman, kind of, that like replicates the power that he had, or some bullshit like that. Yeah. When I started hearing that, like, I was like checked out. I was like, no.
Yeah, the manga. I heard. Yeah,
I don't give a flying fuck. I don't care. And I think he's supposed to be writing like a something else involving it or something like that. I don't know. I heard something was in the works after the like couple like first 2 days or a day's worth of receptions to like the last chapter. So I'm like, okay. Even with what happened with Jujutsu recently, I was like, oh
yeah, dude. The ending?
I was right. No, not the ending. I haven't seen it. All I know is that my assumptions.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I know
your assumptions are right.
That's why I'm just saying that what I was saying was right. Thank God. But I know a lot of people that were like, what the fuck? So, but to me, this author, I'm just going to say that I think this author is also a weird fucking author. I think his writing is so convoluted, but it's also like so. You just feel like, I don't know. Fix your shit.
Yeah,
that's so weird.
It felt very like, like this author felt very like, I want to be that edgy author. It's like, bro, and make your fucking mind up.
I'm watching like a hero story or whatever. His whole thing is like, we're not like your stereotypical, I'm trying to think of that. I think it's dojinshi. And that's the name, where it's like a hero story. Like, My Hero's considered
like main hero.
Doujinshi, and then Demon Slayer's considered that too. Hunter's considered. It's like they go from a zero to hero, basically.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of that genre, but that's basically what Jujutsu is. It's a zero to hero kind of story with Itadori, but it's like their whole thing is, we're actually not like your other ones. We're fucking edgy. Anybody can fucking die in this motherfucker. And it's like, okay, calm the fuck down though.
Stop where you're at, because it's just
like, Jesus, you guys have to be edgy all the time. Like, I'm here for a good time. I don't want to be so fucking emotionally invested in something and it's just gone. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how they're gonna do the anime, because I'm like,
it's a lot. It's a long one. This is gonna be a long ass anime.
They said it's gonna be a movie.
That would be cool.
So it's gonna be
it's gonna be a
movie. That last arc is gonna be a movie. Yeah,
that's gonna be so cool. That's gonna be awesome.
Kind of how they're doing with like.
I'm excited to see Richard experience it for the first time. I think that's when we are watching it. I obviously am not around for the shit that I've already know that I'm like, I don't need to see all that. But I'm there for like those moments where I'm like, yes, Richard, give it to me. Give me your experience.
Ew.
I'm getting. It's like
Ew,
I love reaction videos, so having my own personal reaction machine right here to like certain things. I'm like, yes, Steve, play Last of Us. Let me watch. Yes, Richard, experience Jujutsu. Yes, let me see your guys's.
Before we get any further,
things so fun.
Before we go further out, you know what? I'm glad is ending or did end. I'm not sure. I stopped after a certain episode. I stopped giving a fuck. Chainsaw Man. Dude,
I don't know. It's not
I haven't
bad,
watched that
kind
either.
of.
there's literally a scene. Well, are you guys gonna read it?
I am. I do want to read it.
Okay, so I won't spoil it then.
Waiting for Jujutsu to end so that I can
It
read
didn't.
this. Well, see, I have to read the last chapters. Once
Okay,
I'm done
I
with
was
that,
like, no,
then
I didn't.
once I'm done with that, I'm hopping on Chainsaw Man because I want to read that. Because
Okay.
I kind of like.
Do you want me to spoil just
They're
one
about
part for
the
you?
same. No,
That kind of threw it off.
no.
Okay. Well, it
No.
it kind of weirded people out.
Oh, okay.
It weirded people out just because of like where it's at, their age, where it's
Oh,
at,
God.
what happens, and
Oh.
it's weird, dude. It's weird.
Okay.
It's uncomfortable.
I'll experience it and then I'll let you know. My
You'll
friend,
know exactly what I'm talking about.
I told my friend when I because I got tired of waiting for Jujutsu. I didn't want to wait. I kind of wanted to like
You read it?
something. Yeah, so I read it.
Yeah, I read
So
it.
it's the same thing with Chainsaw Man. I don't know when the new season's coming out. I don't really want to wait anymore because
I don't think it's. I don't know how to. I don't think it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even think it has an announcement yet. I think
There-
we know that it's being worked on, but I don't think there's an announcement. And I'm impatient.
Yeah, it got announced, but I think that's supposed to be like the in between to that arc. So it's like
Right.
it's a flashback movie and then the arc, and it's like, dude, I don't want to wait that long.
I don't like that Demon Slayer bullshit. After watching that shit happen with Demon Slayer like twice, I'm good. I don't need all that fucking nonsense. Here's the pre to the real. Like, don't fucking tease me. I don't need you to
Yeah.
fucking role play me, Demon Slayer, anime, media. Don't role play me. I don't need to be warmed up. I'm here and sat. That's me warmed up.
You don't want to see what's his face.
He doesn't
Unleashed.
like foreplay.
I like wordplay, but I don't like foreplay with my TV.
He said, "Hit that shit raw."
I said, give me them fingies. Give me
right.
that. Give me that love.
Give me
all
the
right,
fingies.
all right.
Give me them fingies.
All right, I'm cutting this off. None of us actually fucking introduced, so this has been heard from a friend. That's Steve. That's Lee. My name's Richard. Thank you
We
so
have a
much for
lot to
listening.
say.
A lot of nerdy topics this episode, but you know what? Fuck it. That's who we are. Thank you so much for listening. We're going into final recommendations and what's it called? Final remarks, whatever the fuck you want to say and or recommend. So which one do you want to start? Lee, go first. You look like you had something to say.
Fucking fuck. No, I was just gonna mimic you because you said fuck a lot.
I said fuck a lot because I was just like, I
Fuck.
don't know what was happening
This guy likes
anymore.
to-
It's,
Fuck.
it's okay. Hi. My name's Lee. I don't think I have anything to recommend music wise. I've just pulled it up. Yeah, I don't have anything. Yeah, I recommended Cat's Eye and Steve already recommended Liz Seraphim's album. Crazy is a good song. Check that out specifically on that album. It's cute and it's Vogue inspired. So we'll have a little ballroom vibe with the gals and the pals. That's cool. Am I watching anything though? No. I'm not really doing it a whole lot of like consuming media or anything like that. No. Yeah. I'm like looking at him like anything? No. Yeah, no.
Okay.
Sorry guys. I'm just playing games at this point. I'm just vibing. I feel like I'm at that weird point where everything's kind of getting warmed up for Halloween. So like watching more scary movies or kind of being more interested in like Halloween decorations. That's kind of about it. So I'm kind of in that weird like warming up phase. Like I don't know.
I thought you don't like to be warmed up.
That's why I said specifically with my TV.
You should look up costumes. Start thinking of what you want to do.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I procrastinate that a lot. I should be doing
I
that.
already have an idea.
Good.
Do we want to do?
Do you
want to
tease it or not? I wouldn't mind, but
If I can get to, well, what do you mean tease it? Like share it
Well,
or
I don't
like
know, whatever.
show you
If you want,
tease?
it's tease as in like I don't know, just say
take it
I don't know.
off.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess I'll share a little bit of it. And it kind of falls into the conversation that Lee and I've been talking. It's like you kind of have to cringe a little bit to like get where you want to get within this space and platforms.
Mhm.
Okay.
But if I get to where I want,
Like
as
a
far
condom
as
or something.
weight and like size, I will have almost shirtless character. to wear.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's gonna be a generic, corny one, but it'll be a fun one for me.
Johnny Cage.
God, no. That'd be a
Pretty
good
cool.
one, but
He's too short.
Yeah. Cool.
All right.
Yeah, then I don't know. I will start thinking about
I was excited and now I'm not.
And
It's gonna be a little person luchador.
Rey Mysterio,
yeah.
dude.
As for final regards,
That guy's handsome.
I didn't say he wasn't.
we didn't really talk about anything. I think that requires like any last words of advice. We're getting closer to Halloween, so go ahead and get into the Halloween spirit. Maybe put a little effort into your costumes, like we're going to, just for fun. I don't know. That's just basically what it boils down to. It's just a fun time, especially when you put a little bit more effort into your costumes. I know that my quality of costumes are like, when I actually try, it looks better than me just wearing like a t-shirt and
Yeah.
putting a black eye on my hat and saying, "Oh, I'm a referee." Done that
I'm a dog
for work when I was reading
My
stuff.
dog. All right. Well,
But yeah, I think that's
Anyway.
it. I don't really have anything else.
that's fine. All right.
Yeah.
Steve, go.
I have been consuming all of the lost tapes, is what they're calling it, of Tory Lanez. So if you guys like a little rap and hip hop and a little like fast paced, his songs, his lost tape ones, his unreleased songs that he has, just in general, any single one I've listened to they're all bangers. They hit good. Yeah, it's a fun time. Final remarks. Keep it short and sweet.
Yeah.
Don't be disappointed in the endings of whatever you watch. Just know that it sucks.
Yeah.
Just enjoy the ride.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's it.
Cool.
Take it away, Richard. Take it out
Put it back in.
and then slowly spit on.
Oh, good boy.
All right. What?
Watch it get sticky.
Watch it talk back.
Stop. All right. I have artists to recommend because I just heard them yesterday and they were really fucking good. And yeah, what's it called? I went out to a concert. Good. I went to a concert. Oh shit fell. You were saying?
I was like, I looked them up. I was like, I wonder what. I was like, look, guys, for the ones who don't follow Richard on social media, and then the ones who do and don't really know much about him, it takes a lot for this man to post something, let alone like him posting music because of who he is and what he stands for in this industry, in that industry.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as he posted it, I was like, I'm gonna look this up because I know this motherfucker's gonna talk about this. And I was like, and I heard it and I was like, yeah, I get it. I was like, I understand.
So, first of all, I went to go see Master of the Fermenting Dregs. I've talked about them on the show a lot. And I finally got 2 albums that I've been trying to get on vinyl. And I can never fucking find them. So
The one on your right hand looks familiar. I don't remember the name. Wait, okay, left hand then. Yes.
It's a very popular album in Japan. So
Yes, I feel like I have a couple of those like songs.
called No New World.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, great band. Go check them out. These 2, they opened for them, and they're relatively unknown, but really fucking good. So the first one I'll talk about is this one. His name is Cam Kahin, Kahin, Kahin. He's from Canada, Midwest, emo kind of sounding, alternative, but really good, really fucking good. Seems like an all around really cool dude. So yeah, go check him out. And then
oh man.
what
Okay,
happened?
dude, I don't remember. I don't know if I found this or you recommended it from the Fermenting Drugs. Asahi Nagu.
That's the one I
the
That's
recommended
the one he recommended.
a long time ago.
Yeah, I know. It's January 19th, 2023 is when I added it. It's a good song.
They play that shit live.
Dude, I didn't know that this is who you were going to go see. I'm sad. That must have been so good.
It was a good show.
And I bet You didn't even record anything.
I recorded a few things.
Oh, you didn't record this one, did you?
It was on my story. Yeah, that's the one that I put on my story.
Song he reported. Yeah.
Oh, I gotta look at it again with the sound.
He only posted one song, and that was that one.
I have like 2 others saved on my phone,
He
but
likes to
even
live
then
in
it's
the
only
moment.
clips. Yeah.
I don't know if your guys' Instagram does this too, where like before when it was silent, I would just put the volume on or like turn it up and
you
it
have
would
to
turn
actually
on.
Yeah, you have to switch on the ring or whatever.
What
It's
the
dumb.
fuck?
So here's the trick that
so annoying.
I know it was bugging the shit out of me. So if you actually find like, let's say someone has a video or there's an ad or whatever, and there's audio, unmute it and then go watch the story and then they'll play them.
That's how I do it now.
With your phone muted.
No, that's how I
You
do
don't
it
have to
now.
flick it on.
That just sucks.
Yeah, it's stupid.
That's so dumb. That's why when I saw Richards, I was like, oh, okay, cool. He did his thing. I didn't listen to it because I didn't want to go back, click on it, and then for some reason my Instagram feed refreshes because I clicked out of the story that I was watching, and then I have to find fuck that. I'm not doing that bullshit. So now I want to hear it. That's cool.
And then
very nice.
Last one, they're all the way from Singapore, so shout out to them. Their name is Blush. This is their album called Super Crush. Really fucking good shoegaze band, really chill. It's honestly kind of like cutesy a little bit, but it just reminds me of like 90s, like it would be in a coming of age movie type thing. But really fucking good band to go watch live. But yeah, that's all I got. And then
Cool.
final remarks. I don't know. What did we talk about? Don't be afraid of, how do I say it? Don't be afraid of spoilers. Maybe you can form your own opinion about certain things, but
Protect the president.
at the same time, at the same time, don't go around spoiling a bunch of shit either. You know, pisses people off. And also go out to more shows. That's my fucking how do I say it? Resolution in a way. I'm not saying New Year in general, but I'm just like, damn, I really should just be going to more. But
yeah,
it's a good time. Support local artists, and that's all I got. So
when my cousin does a show, I'll invite you.
I'm down.
Cool.
All right. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. We don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, letting us know your thoughts about anything and everything that we talked about. Let us know what you're planning to be for Halloween. I don't know. Maybe it'll inspire us.
Yeah, listen, maybe it'll give us some ideas because I truly have no idea what I'm going to be.
Or let us know what you think we'd look good as. I don't know.
Sexy
If
nurse.
you have any tips or tricks, and if you guys have any suggestions for possible group costume ideas or duo costume ideas, just in case if Steve's is like a oneer type of thing, Richard and I could be like salt and pepper, or I don't know, yin yang, or
You should be Growlithe, and then he could be.
I'll be Banjo. He could be Kazooie.
No, I was talking about Pokemon.
I got where you were
my
going.
Ash Ketchum to my Snorlax.
Anyway, thank you so much. Share.
Jigglypuff.
Don't forget to share with all your friends.
Shorts.
Oh my goodness.
Misty.
Richard has Misty me as star you.
He already has there.
Jesus Christ. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next week.
Here,
Love you. Bye bye. Peace.
I'll be your Brock, bro.
What the hell?